It's not easy to improve on perfection. Trust me, I've tried. I'm joking. I'm of course not referring to myself. I'm referring to this here. This is the Porsche Cayenne, a large and luxurious SUV and one of the best-selling vehicles from the brand. It has had a facelift, and you might be looking at it thinking, well, it doesn't look that different. But in fact, Porsche has said that this has been one of their most comprehensive updates on an existing model within their 75-year history. Plenty has changed under the skin and on the inside. So in this video, I'm going to show you all of the updates. And of course, we'll hit the road and go for a drive. The Australian Cayenne lineup has been slimmed to 4 model grades: the base, E-Hybrid, S and Turbo GT, with the GTS and Turbo axed. And to account for new features, as you might have already guessed, prices are up across the range. To give you an idea of pricing, the Cayenne lineup kicks off at $138,700 before on-road costs, with the top-of-the-range Turbo GT Coupe costing $364,700. Newly standard features for the 2024 model include a wireless phone charge pad, 360-degree camera with 3D view, lane change assist, lane keep assist, and comfort access keyless entry across the range. New to the rear are 3-dimensionally designed taillights with uncluttered surfaces beneath a new rear fascia with an integrated license plate holder, and there's a new extensive range of 20, 21 and 22-inch wheels. This car has another trick up its sleeve, whereby Porsche has introduced an air quality system. As standard, the vehicle uses predictive navigation data to detect approaching tunnel entrances and automatically activates air recirculation. Very smart. Porsche now equips the Cayenne at the factory with a steel spring suspension, including Porsche Active Suspension Management, new shock absorbers with 2-valve technology and thus separate rebound and compression stages, allow optimized performance in all driving situations. The driving experience can be additionally enhanced with the new adaptive air suspension with 2-chamber, 2-valve technology. This improves the driving experience with a soft suspension characteristic, stabilizes the vehicle, and simplifies on-road and off-road handling, compared to both the standard suspension and the predecessor model. Finally, there's a comprehensive range of new and optimized assistance systems. These include the active speed limiter and swerve assist, cornering assist, and the improved Porsche InnoDrive as part of the adaptive cruise control. There have been some tweaks to the exterior of this car, and that includes a new front end with more aesthetically styled fenders, also a new hood, and they've redesigned the headlights. They've also extended their colour palette with 3 new colours in the range, and that includes this one right here. It's finished in Arctic Grey. Inside the cabin is where you can see a lot of the updates. Now, they have revised the display and control center. Firstly, you might remember that the gear lever used to be here. They have now moved that up here. And what they've done is just to enhance that driving experience. They want everything that the driver is using all the time, either right on the steering wheel or just beside it. So they're really making sure that everything is within easy access. So now that that gear lever has been removed and is up here, you can see there's just plenty more storage space. And now you have this climate control layout here, which what they've done is they wanted to maintain a really healthy blend of digital and analog buttons. And they've done that really well, because you see a lot of brands now throw everything from here and here into that screen and everything becomes touch. So there's a haptic system, there's buttons, you've still got a volume knob, and you still have old school dials here for your aircon, which I personally like. On the steering wheel as well, it's quite minimal, so it does get quite confusing when there's lots of different buttons on the steering wheel to go through, but everything here looks really simple. The other thing to mention is they now have a wireless charge pad that's standard across all models in the range, and once you pop that down there, it actually works really well because they have a cooling function on that wireless charge pad, so thankfully your phone won't overheat. So they've adopted the electric car style dashboard that you may have already seen in the Taycan. So with that, you get a 12.6-inch digital instrument cluster and then a 12.3-inch infotainment screen here. So far, so good. Smartphone connection, all looks really easy to navigate through. And then there is an optional 10.9 display as well right in front of the passenger. So that gives them the freedom to take over, controls music, whatever it may be. And that'll cost you close to $3,000 if you wanted to add that to your car. But yeah, it really pops in this cabin. This one as well has the optional head-up display, something that you do have to option. But otherwise, new or old, this cabin, it just retains that beautiful Porsche luxurious feel. Hitting the road in the Cayenne, and automatically as soon as you jump in, it just feels special. Starting up the engine, everything about this car, of course it retains that luxurious and premium feel as you can expect in a Porsche. The seating positioning is great, as is all-round visibility, and it just feels like a really comfortable car to drive from get-go. The facelifted Cayenne range has some updated petrol and petrol-electric plug-in hybrid drivetrains. They have been refined in order to enhance performance and also to lower emissions. The range kicks off with the base, which has a 3-litre twin-turbo V6 engine. This one here is the S. It sits in the middle of the range and the best-selling model in the lineup as well. It did used to have a 2.9-litre twin-turbo engine in it, V6. They've switched that out. I'm very happy to say under the bonnet this has a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine with more power and more torque. This car has 349 kilowatts, 600 newton meters, 0 to 100 sprint time in 4.7 seconds. Pretty good for a heavy car, and a top speed of 273 kilometers per hour. So that V8 engine, I have to say this car is still really enjoyable to drive at lower speeds, but as soon as you put your foot down, it just wants to go. It's got so much power, instant throttle response, and it has a really beautiful exhaust note as well. Just take you through these driving modes. So that was just in normal, switch it over to Sport and Sport Plus. Let's listen to that engine. It's amazing. That is such a beautiful roaring howl coming from that car. I'm pretty happy that they decided to ditch the V6 and go with the V8. But if V8s aren't your thing, and in fact, if you want to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, Porsche has announced that they will be bringing out a fully electric version of the Cayenne to go up against things like the BMW iX and the Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV, and that is due in 2025. Other updates in this model include to the suspension, and that's to ensure that they enhance the ride comfort and the handling. All models include adaptive suspension, and Porsche has said that that should be able to make the car more comfortable at lower speeds and more stable into cornering and for dynamic driving. Most of my drive today has been across the freeway, so I haven't done a lot of dynamic driving, just hitting some corners now though through the back of Red Hill, which is absolutely gorgeous. But I can tell you that it goes exactly where you tell it to go. The drivability of this car is sensational. The ride comfort and quality is exceptional, and I really enjoy being behind the wheel. I have to say I feel very special being behind the wheel of this car. Just before we finish, just gonna let you hear that engine one more time. Click it over into Sport Plus. Here we go. That never gets old. The 2024 Porsche Cayenne, to all the existing Cayenne owners out there, does this make you want to upgrade? And to all the non-Porsche owners out there, could this potentially be your next large luxury SUV? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, if you want to know anything more about this car or to see a full review, head on over to Drive.com.au and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching.